The Party Never Ends, what is rumored to be Juice WRLD's last album. I've seen hella hate online being thrown towards this album, mainly coming from the leak lovers, as I like to call them, saying how there was better songs that should have been released over the ones that were. But for me, I don't be listening to leak music like that, so everything I heard on this project was fresh and I fucked with it. And if I'm being completely honest, it's been out for like 4 days and I've probably listened to it the full way through close to like 10 times. That's not even an exaggeration. With all that being said, I'm going to be breaking down a very simple beat that I made the other day inspired by the song KTM Drip, and after that I'm going to be cooking up a beat from complete scratch that I think matches the vibe of this album. If you haven't heard the song KTM Drip, there's basically one sound in the melody and it's just like a plucky piano going from ear to ear. It gives the melody crazy bounce. So for my beat, I went into Analog Labs, grabbed this synth piano, it's same plucky kind of sound, turned up the delay like crazy. It's a 4th note delay, and I went into the preset to edit it to activate the ping pong mode to get it to go from ear to ear, but I can't pull up the screen and I don't want to fuck up the sound, but this is what it sounds like. Breaking down the music theory behind this progression, we're in the key of B minor. So I started on the 5th with this F sharp up here, and then I went down to the 3rd with the D, back up to the 4th with the E. And in the second half, for these 2 chords, it stayed the same as the first 2, but instead of going up to the 4, I went down to the 1st chord of the scale, which is B minor. Everything up top here is nothing more than just the middle notes of the triad pitched up an octave. Again, very, very simple. Moving on to the next sound, this is where I kind of go off in my own little direction. I don't believe there was any sort of like top line melody on the song KTM Drip, but I figured I would add mine in my own just to kind of give it my little signature. I found this little key in Analog Labs and I came up with this melody right here. The sound of that bell just fits the vibe that we're going for perfectly, and I really like the way it sits on top of the chord progression. There's not much going on with it, but it adds that little Juice WRLD melodic flavor that I was going for. For both of these sounds, I really just tweaked the knobs inside of Analog Lab. To tie this melody off, I went into Expand, found this plucky bell, and just kind of came up with another counter melody, not taking up too much space again, but it just gave that sound that I was going for, and I fucked with it. Those 3 sounds put together is literally the entire melody. I'm going to kind of go through the drums pretty quickly because again, they're just dumb simple. A lot of the sounds that I used were from one of Nick Mira's drum kits. Nick Mira worked with Juice WRLD a lot, so it really only made sense. But for the clap, we've obviously got the hit on every 3rd beat. Hi-hats, I think I dragged in a MIDI from the Nick Mira kit, but it sounds like this. Those really just drive the beat, give it some extra bounce. I think next I added this rim sound right here. Again, adding more bounce, filling up the extra space. Moving on to the kick in 808. 808's following the root notes of the chords. The kick is just giving it that extra punch that it needs. And then this open hat on the 2nd beat every 2 bars. Putting all of those sounds together gives us this drum pattern. Talking a little bit about the arrangement on this one, you guys know I like my contrast between different sections, so I went into the synth sound in the verse section, just pitched it down an octave, and it sounds like this. Same thing with this bell in the verse section, again just pitched it down an octave. I chopped out these notes right here so they don't play in the verse section. It sounds like this. This filter right here is just cutting out highs in the synth. I don't know why I didn't include it in the first 8 bars of the verse, but I listened back to it and I really don't mind it. It kind of sounds cool. The next thing I did was chopped up the little hats right here in the verse section only. Just adds extra bounce. Stuff like this is a good way to, just like I say all the time, create variation within your section, keep the listener engaged, and keep it from getting super repetitive and boring. For the structure on this though, 8 bar intro, 16 chorus. You can call this a pre-chorus if you want. I would say it's just 16 bars of chorus. 24 bar verse. We all know Juice WRLD could just flow forever. Some of his verses are pretty long, especially with this being at 160. It wouldn't be like extremely long, so I went 24 bars there. 16 bar chorus, 24 just repeats over and over, and then we have this volume fade out at the end, 8 bar outro. This beat was very simple, like I kept saying. I'm gonna go ahead and play you guys the full thing, and then I'm gonna let you guys watch how I cook up one of these beats from scratch. Alright, so while I was transferring those videos that I just recorded to my laptop, I was waiting around and I accidentally came up with something too fire to not use. I know I said I was going to let y'all watch me create this whole beat, but it's just this one sound. It's a chord progression. I started in F sharp minor using a 1/6. 1/6 chord progressions in a minor scale are pretty good for emotional type of beats like this. I finished out the triads up here. I believe this note goes down. Yeah, I just pitched it up to keep the notes close in the triad. I started shifting around some of the notes that were already in the triad, cutting them up to give rhythm, adding notes where I saw fit here and there. I'm using this Echo Soundworks vinyl guitar too. It's honestly my favorite guitar VST. It sounds VST, but it doesn't at the same time. I think it's free, so you should definitely check it out. Here's what it's sounding like. So yeah, I came up with that in like literally 2 minutes, and I was just like, damn, I can't not use this. So that's what we're gonna start with. The rest you guys are gonna get to see me cook up with, so let's get into it. I'm gonna mess with the guitar a little bit. This is just a dry preset. As soon as you open it up, it already sounds good, but I think you can come in here and add different guitar layers and it'll just add some ambience, I guess. It just makes the sound better. Let's see what we can come up with. That pad might be too much. Maybe a piano on this next. Maybe we pitch these down this time and see how that sounds. Highlight all of these and just strum them a little bit. Probably not too much more melodic elements we need to add because there's a lot going on in the guitar, but just to fill up some extra space, I'm going to see what I can find in Analog Lab. That could be cool right there, but I don't know about this synth sound. Maybe just the piano. Yeah, super reverbed out. Hell Hell yeah, let's go. Maybe just like a pad next, just to give it some ambience, and then move on to the drums. Yeah, dude, that is fire right there. All right, I think we're at a pretty good spot in the melody to start going for the drums, so let's get into it. Going with the Zay 808. I had somebody ask me on one of my YouTube shorts, I think it was a while back. I added the Zaytoven 808 and I was like, gotta go Zay on this one. And they asked me how I knew that. It really just comes with making beats a lot, just listening to a lot of music, knowing what type of sound is associated with such and such artist or such and such genre. So if you're wondering the same thing, if you've ever been watching one of my videos or another producer's videos and you're like, how do they know how to use this sound? It really just comes with time and reps. I didn't know how to do that when I started producing. I still sometimes am confused on when I should use this sound or the other, but yeah, definitely reps, listening to a lot of different music. It comes with time, so just be patient. Debating on whether or not I should turn these down and add a kick or just leave. Nah, it definitely needs a kick. Easy little trick is if you copy the 808 over to the kick, you can set all of these kick notes to 1 by pressing Command A, selecting them all, and then Option K, and then you just select the note. I already have it set up here so it automatically goes to C, and then you press accept. And there you go. I'm going to shorten it up so it stops when the clap comes back in. This took no time at all. Right there is pretty much done. I'm going to go ahead and arrange it out, and then when we get into like the different sections, I'll go in and change some things, take out some notes, add some different sounds. We'll see what we come up with. I can talk you guys through this, so I'm probably going to start with just the guitar, maybe the piano chords, no pad. Yeah, that sounds good. Have the open hat, maybe the effects. No pad, maybe the top line right there. Cut right on the clap. I might use this as like a pre-chorus. This is a chorus, and then we get into the verse here. Everything out. Copy this. That's pretty much it right there. If you really want to get creative with it, you could come into the verse section, make this piano pattern unique by pressing Command Shift V. That makes it unique. Or you can just come in here, right here, go down and make it unique. Erase this shit, come into the guitar, highlight all of it by pressing Command C. You can copy it, come back in to the piano and press Command V, and you can take out the guitar, and then you can have this melody from the guitar playing as the piano in the verse section, and that could be a cool little switch up. See how that sounds. Okay, well, you might have to fix some shit before you that sounded a little harsh. Oh, I like that. That was an accident, but y'all hear that little stop? Boom, boom. So I'm going to take out these notes right here. Boom, boom. That note. I'm going to take these two notes out. I'm going to take this one out. Maybe that one. Yeah. Take these out again. Maybe this one and this one. Yeah, I kind of like that even better than having the guitar playing it the whole time. But yeah, just contrast. That's what I talk about in a lot of these videos. Contrast between the different sections. You can just take the same melody, change up the notes a little bit in the verse section, and add it to a different sound. Got a whole new vibe. If you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you for watching. Go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe for more. I'm gonna go ahead and play the final beat right now.